No pressure.
Oh yeah, that's too technical.
There you go. 93.08. 93 feet. .08. Al Hazenberg on his Oliver 77. Good pull. Good pull, Al.
Well, I guess we're on to the B team of the announcing team. My name is Mark. I'll be your announcer. I'll try not to mess up too much. If you can't understand me, just ignore me. Everybody else does. So up next, we got Cowan Linklater coming on his Cockshut 550. Nice little tractor. This is the second revision of the Cockshut. You notice a nice front square where you saw some of the other Cockshuts, like the Cockshut 30s, the 40s, the 50s, all have a rounded front to them. Last pull, I think it was just over 100 feet, if I remember right, for him. So yeah, let's see what Cowan can do, see if he can get in the top three. Nice part about this weight class, there's only 3 tractors, so you're guaranteed third. The first 2 will disqualify for something, I just haven't figured out what yet. Probably that one because it's an Oliver. Oh, looks like Cowan's going to try a straight down the center approach. We'll see if it pays off for him. It's a little soft from our pulling the other way this morning, but hopefully it works for him. Tractor hopping a little bit, so he's getting some good traction. That's good. Looks like he's making it through that soft spot. Oh, he's got a good pull going here, I'll tell you what. And he's still digging. That is a great little pull with that little tractor right now, I'll tell you what. And there he is, done at 107.62 feet. Great job, Cowan. Please remember to wait until your numbers are taken off. Next up we have Randy Brown on an Oliver 88 row crop, 1951. Randy's last pull was around 110 feet, and I believe he was sitting in first place at the end of the first round. Randy has quite a collection of tractors. He does really well with them, pretty much all over central South Alberta. And he's not picky to one model. You'll see him with Olivers, Minneapolis, Massey's. he kind of likes everything and enjoys them all. There's the flag and he's off. You can see with this Oliver 88, it's known as a high crop, and you can tell by the front wheels sticking out in the front and the height of the rear wheels on the back. They're normally the regular 16 930s on the back of that tractor, but I think those are 32s and 36s if I remember correctly. Oh, and there he is, 111.42 feet, and I do believe that is first place for Mr. Brown. The running joke is one of these days we're going to do mandatory drug testing on the tractors to see what they're actually running for fuel. That thing's got to be running rocket fuel or something. And that concludes our Class 1. Next we'll be moving on to Class 2, which is 5,000 to 5,999 pounds. You'll notice pretty much mostly the same tractors, just a little more weight on them. They'll be running wheel weight, so they'll have liquid ballast in the tires. So our first one up with a John Deere 530, a 1959. Mr. Tom Sears, he's one of the guys that helps out a lot with a lot of the tractor pulls. He looks after the Airdrie tractor pull, which is in September at the Art of the Harvest. And just a die-hard John Deere guy. I tell you, if you cut him open, you'd probably find yellow and green running through his veins, I'll tell you that. And this tractor was bought from another puller who's retired, Mr. Bev Hanses out of Acme, Alberta. Apparently this tractor's for sale too, I heard. I think that's what the conversation was that was just going on. There's the flag and he's off. Let's see how he does. Which way is he gonna go? Left, center, right side, on the grass, over the cones, over to the ice cream shop, I don't know. If you look there, it looks like there's not much of an engine, but basically the engine on that thing is about 2.5 feet long, running 2 cylinders, which is why a lot of people you hear them refer to, especially a lot of the older guys, as the Johnny Poppers, because basically it's a John Deere and it pops. That's how it runs. Oh, there he's going. He hit the soft spot, climbing the hill. Oh. And there he is, flagged and done at 101.65 feet. Good job, Tom. Don't forget to wait to get your numbers taken off. Next up we have another tractor from the Al Hazenberg collection, and he's being driven by Ryan Graham. It's another Oliver 88. This is what's known as an Oliver 88 Standard. The one that you just saw before that was actually a high crop in Class 1. So you can tell, same tractor, just built a little bit different depending on what they needed. These ones are more of a field tractor than anything. The other high crops are more for like planting rows and all that fun stuff. I think his last pull, he pulled fairly well on this one. No, it's just over 47 feet, so that wasn't too bad. Or 147, sorry. So he took her a fair ways. flag and away he goes. You can hear that 6-cylinder just chugging away. And Oliver really did a lot of work on their tractors. They really worked on their weight transfer, so the Oliver tractor has probably in the top 3 best weight transfer to actually get the traction to the tires instead of just spinning. And you'll notice that as he gets up here a little further. And he's still going. And he's got 169.81 feet. That is one unbelievable pull, that one. You can almost give credit to the mechanic for that one. Next, we have a pretty rare European tractor here. You don't see very many of these tractor pulls. This is a 1948 Field Marshal Series 2. And a tractor just like the Field Marshal Series 2 would be the Lance Bulldogs. They're built a lot alike. Believe it or not, they are a single-cylinder tractor. The piston is a little bit smaller than a 5-gallon bucket. These tractors, when you actually idle them down and leave them in first gear, the engine will sit there and rock the tractor forward and backwards. Main difference with this one is if you can see on this side here, there's a little plunger sticking out the side that you unscrew to start it, and inside that you put a shotgun shell. There has been cases where the guts get a little bit rotten, and I've actually seen firsthand the front end blow out of the tractor, which is kind of neat looking. I wouldn't want to be standing beside it when it did, but it was something neat to see. And these tractors, as you start up, you have to rev them up a little bit. If you don't rev them up, the engine could run backwards and will run backwards. On the actual tach, there's an arrow to show which way the engine is running. And you'll hear it popping away with that single cylinder, and the harder it works, the more smoke rings you'll see it blow into the air. There are some guys around that'll do an exhibition pull, a European style. Europeans, they use the clevis on the back of the tractor. You'll see just above the hitch on most of these. The clevis is actually tied directly into the governor, so the more the tractor pulls, the more fuel it puts to it. And it's not very often you see one of these die. And there it is. It's all she wrote. It's 80.27 feet. Good job on that one, Alex. Big hand for our sled and our track crew, keeping everything moving along smoothly, keeping the track nice and level. Takes a whole bunch of volunteers to put these things on, so I'm glad to have all these volunteers to get everything done. Makes it a lot of fun for everybody that shows up. Next up on an Oliver 88 Standard, we have Mr. Graham Piggy. This tractor's a 1949, nice stocky little guy, around a little bit smaller tires. You should get a little bit more wheel speed out of it. His last pull, I believe, was 107 feet, I think it was. So we'll see how he does against the rest of the Olivers in this weight class. 95.78 feet. That's a nice little pull there, Graham. Next up, we got Brian Fair on his Massey Harris 333 tractor. The 3-digit series, this is the next tractor from the 33. The main thing you'll notice with these tractors, they seem to look a lot nicer. They have a nice little chrome Massey Harris emblem on the front, and a little bit different transmission in them. Beautiful little tractors, these ones. Especially with the purple colors. Nice to see. His last pull was 108 feet, I think. Something like that. Hard to keep all the numbers in your head. And if I plug my ears, I can't hear anything. But yeah, there's the 333, the 444, and the 555. Pick a little high gear, is he gonna make her through? And that's all she wrote at 71.35 feet. Good job, Brian. Pull is Mr. Greg Drever on his Cockchuck 40. It's a 1952. With this tractor, you'll probably hear a whine starting. That is what's known as their creeper gear. Same would be a hydropower drive on the Oliver or a torque amplifier on the Internationals and McCormick's. And you'll notice further on that this tractor will look exactly like another one. Co-op E4, which is basically the same tractor, same plant, just different badging, different colors, different decals. Oh, we found the ice at 159.20 feet. That is one unbelievable pull. That's twice the distance that he did on his last pull. Good job, Greg. Does it actually take 40 feet to turn that tractor around, or what?
Go back up to
Next up, we've got Dave Corcoran with his Minneapolis Molding UTS. It's a 1953. Dave's last pole is about 134 feet. These Minneapolis Molding tractors were ahead of their time when they came out with some of the features they had. Yes, they had a hand clutch like the John Deere's did, but they also had a swinging seat when you're hooking up implements or running some implements, especially when you're swapping, so you didn't have to sit and look backward. You could actually swing the seat over and sit partially sideways. A lot of it was adopted from some of the other tractor companies, but a lot of it was their own innovation, which eventually got copied as well. Hey Grady, why'd the chicken cross the road?
Because?
Okay, here goes Dave. He's got the green flag. Let's see where he finishes. Looks like these guys want to go right out the end for this round. And looks like he's done at 143 feet even. That's a nice pull there, Dave. That is so rare with this new electronic distance monitoring that you actually end up with a number without any digits after the decimal point. John Deere 60, it's a 1953. They brought it from BC last year, fixed it up over the winter, and he's from Innisfil, Alberta. He's got some wins in Millerville, Airdrie, and right here in Pioneer Acres. He's another one of these guys. He bleeds so much green, he actually works for John Deere. His last pull was about 112 feet. And it seems like everybody's gaining 15, 20 feet at least on every pole, so he should be way up there with any luck. Getting her all tightened up. Got the green flag and he's off to the races. Looks like he's going to try dead center as well. Huh? Paid off for a few people so far. Like, oh, Brody's done at 128.89 feet. That's a nice pull. He got some extra distance out of that one compared to his last pull. Next up on an unstyled John Deere D from 1937 is Ken Milben. He's been pulling for over 20 years. Last year at the tractor pull, he took second place with that little girl. And his last distance was 104 1,254 feet. So here we call this one an unstyled D. Main reason is this is prior to 1939. About August 1939 is when they switched over to the styled D. They got hired Henry Dreyfus, who helped out with Polaroid and a bunch of other stuff, decided they need to start competing with some of these other tractors to make their tractors look nice. Underneath all this stuff, it's still the same tractor, still 2 cylinders, still 501 cubic inch. Still burns about a half gallon an hour when you're working it. And you can tell this one's an older one, A by the Lexicon on style, and B by the spoke rims on the front. They changed over the spoke rims on the style ones in about 1945 in the summer. This was John Deere's longest running production tractor. It ran from 1923 to 1953. And there he goes. You can hear you notice it's a little bit deeper pump with that extra cubic inches. Now we're good to about 8.4 liters roughly in new terms. That's a really good pull, great distance. Good job, Ken. His first time was about 122 feet, which is a pretty good pull for a John Deere AR. Really nice restoration job on this tractor. Looks really beautiful. A nice mirror finish on it. But each their own. Some people love super shiny tractors. Some love a lot of the old rusty ones, and some like the originals that are still in the working clothes that show the original paint. So the John Deere AR is, the R is part of the actual, tell that it's the wide front end. There's a John Deere A, which is a tricycle, so it's got the narrow front. Eventually when John Deere went to the 2-digit number series, it turned into a John Deere 60, and then it turned, the final run, it turned into the 620. And then that was the end of the 2 cylinders. That is a good pull. Good job, Len. Thanks for coming out. Taking over here for a little bit, bear with me. Next on the track, Jeff Jacob. On his 1952 Co-op E4. Jeff does all his own work and his restorations. Jeff's
Paint specialist, body and paint. So Jeff did a really nice job on restoring this tractor. Nice and shiny. Looks really good, Jeff. This tractor originally came out of the Sundre area. It was all deckled up, painted red, co-op. Jeff figured, no, I'm going to bring it back to some original colors. Again, looks really nice, Jeff. Great restoration. Green flag. Here we go, Mr. Jacob. That's all she wrote. Not a bad pull though, 99.74. Jeff Jacob, 99.74. Great job, Jeff. Mr. Woodley, Colin Woodley, on his John Deere AO orchard tractor. Really nice looking tractor. Colin just recently purchased this from one of Lloyd Mikulek's collections. So it's the first time Colin's out getting a chance to play on his new toy. $1952. Tractor weighed in at 5,900 pounds. There you go, Colin. 113.51. 113.51 for Colin Woodley on his beautiful John Deere AO. Good job, Colin. Better than your first round. Mr. Wayne Stillborn on a 1958 Cockshut 550. Nice quiet tractor. And Wayne still wears his earplugs. It's probably the quietest tractor here. Looks good, Wayne. Wayne had a first pull of about 120 feet earlier this morning. Class 3 tractors, let's get them lined up, guys. Class 3, get ready. We only got 2 more here left to go in Class 2. Wayne's tractor weighed in at 5,900 pounds. Nice, clean, very straight tractor. Looks pretty original to me. Looks good, Wayne. There you go, Wayne. Nice pull, 111.42. 111.42. Wayne Stillborn on his Cockshut 550. Good job, Wayne. Where's them Class 3 drivers? Class 3 drivers, let's get ready. Up next, Mr. Kevin Love out of Vulcan, Alberta. On his Massey Harris 44. His tractor's a 1948. Again, Kevin purchased this tractor from Gary McInnes, one of his tractors from his collection. Kevin's the new proud owner. Out having fun. There you go, Kevin. What we get? 69.59. Kevin Love, yeah, thumbs up. We're out, we're having fun, buddy. That's all that matters. Good job. Nice.